They stole our stories. They tore away our roots and gave us plastic idols and empty slogans. But you feel it, don't you? That hole in your spirit where your real heritage used to live. They thought we'd never wake up. They fed us illusions to keep us quiet, kept us chasing meaningless goals so we'd forget who we are. But enough is enough. We're done being pawns in their rigged game. It's time to uncover our buried myths, our real gods, our true heroes. When we remember our past, we break their chains. No more puppet strings. No more blind obedience. So stand with me. Stand with everyone ready to shake off the lies. This is our heritage. This is our power, and nobody can take it from us again. There's a reason why 1% of people control 99% of the world's wealth, and it's not what you think. Hidden in ancient texts like the Kabbalah and the Emerald Tablets lies a profound truth about the nature of reality, one so powerful it's been deliberately kept from you. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success while others struggle no matter what they do? The answer lies in a forbidden law of the universe, one that quantum physics is now proving to be true. And in this video, we're going to reveal the final piece of the puzzle that will allow you to rewrite your reality instantly. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing every limit you've ever faced was an illusion, a lie fed to you by the people who profit from your ignorance. This ancient secret was buried for centuries and is being censored again as we speak. Why? Because it proves you can alter the course of your life instantly. Don't believe me? By the end of this video, you'll have a simple challenge to test it for yourself tonight. But a warning, once you see what's possible, there's no going back. Stay until the end, because we're about to reveal a one-step method ripped straight from banned texts like the Kybalion and the Emerald Tablets, a method that could flip your reality on its head in under 24 hours. For centuries, powerful institutions, monarchies, religious councils, corporate titans have thrived on one simple trick, keeping you in the dark about your true creative power. History shows countless attempts to erase or ridicule texts like the Corpus Hermeticum, which explicitly teach that your mind shapes your world. Did you hear about these in school? Of course not. It's easier to control people who don't realize they can escape the script that's been handed to them. If you never learn this, chances are you'll keep living by somebody else's narrative, fighting to pay off debts, chasing half-baked dreams, always feeling like you're one step behind. Meanwhile, a select few quietly use these same principles to multiply fortunes, cure incurable diseases, and walk through life like they're bending reality at will. Which side do you want to be on? In just a moment, I'll share how everyday people, even those buried in debt, are using one line from an ancient text to manifest money literally overnight. But first, you need to see what you're truly up against. Meet Jack, a no-nonsense guy from a small town with just $100 to his name and no secret family fortune or hidden assets to fall back on. Jack was barely scraping by. One day he stumbled upon a passage from the ancient Emerald Tablets that spoke of aligning your inner vibration with the greater cosmic flow. It sounded mystical, almost like something out of an epic adventure film, but Jack was intrigued enough to give it a try. Every night for 5 minutes, Jack closed his eyes and visualized a specific sum of money, $2,000, while fully immersing himself in feelings of relief and gratitude, just as the tablet instructed. And then, 3 days later, fate stepped in. Jack received a surprising phone call. A distant uncle had left him a modest inheritance of $2,500. Coincidence? That's for you to decide. Emboldened by this unexpected turn, Jack repeated the process for even bigger goals, like clearing his mounting medical bills, and he claims the wins just kept coming. This isn't the story of a high-powered billionaire in a boardroom. It's an everyday guy who, armed with ancient forbidden wisdom, reshaped his reality one night at a time. Or how about Marcus, a recent college grad who felt stuck in an entry-level job? He borrowed a single line from the Kybalion The all is mind, the universe is mental, and decided to run a mental experiment. For 1 week every morning he'd say out loud, "My mind creates new opportunities. I welcome them now." By day 4, a colleague casually mentioned a high-paying role at a startup. Within 2 weeks, Marcus made the switch. He calls it luck. I call it an illustration of how powerful your mental blueprint really is. At this point, you might wonder, if this knowledge is so powerful, why isn't it mainstream? Simple. Entire empires are built on the assumption that you are powerless. Everything from mass media to certain educational systems thrives on training you to obey, consume, and accept your fate. Texts like the Corpus Hermeticum and the Emerald Tablets talk about transcending fate by harnessing universal laws. That's not just some cliché. These works literally outline how focused consciousness shifts outcomes in what we call reality. If you miss out, you'll keep settling for scraps, questioning why others seem lucky while you're trapped in a never-ending struggle. Meanwhile, the elite laugh because they've hidden these practices right under your nose, dismissing them as old myths. They want this knowledge for themselves, not for you. So you've got a choice: remain in the matrix of compliance or break free by learning the very truths they burned libraries to bury. Still skeptical? Good. In exactly 60 seconds, I'm going to give you a quick test, a challenge you can do tonight to see if this is real or hype. But be warned, if it works for you, your worldview might never be the same. Here's what I want you to do. Before you go to bed tonight, choose something simple but specific you'd love to manifest in the next 24 hours. It could be an unexpected $50, a surprise coffee treat from a friend, or maybe a random act of kindness that saves you time. Nothing too big. Start small so you can really measure it. Spend exactly 3 minutes picturing this outcome as if it's already done. Feel the gratitude, relief, or excitement you'd have once it arrives. Whisper or say out loud, "I now align with this reality." It is done. Yes, it might sound silly, but trust me, silly can be powerful. If any skeptical thought pops up, remind yourself, this is just a test. I'll see what happens. Don't argue with your doubt, just let it pass. Then, when you wake up tomorrow, stay alert for any sign, an email, a phone call, a conversation, that feels like it lines up with that intention. If something shows up, comment, "It worked," or share your story in the comments. If nothing happens yet, don't give up. Repeat the process and give it 48 hours. The key is consistency and the feeling of certainty, no matter what the external world is saying. People who actually follow through on this challenge are often stunned. Some say it doesn't work the first time, but by the second or third attempt, weird coincidences pile up. Remember, your mind is the epicenter of your personal universe. All you're doing is tuning that epicenter, like a radio dial, to the frequency of your desired outcome. Look, you can dismiss all this as wishful thinking, or you can prove it to yourself. Ancient texts like the Kybalion warned us, he who grasps the truth of the mental nature of the universe is well advanced on the path to mastery. The question is, do you want that mastery, or do you prefer the comfort of old excuses? Because if you walk away now, you're choosing to remain in the matrix someone else designed. Truth is, this knowledge gets censored, laughed at, or mislabeled as pseudoscience precisely because it threatens the bedrock of hierarchical control. If you truly accept that your mind co-creates reality, you stop obeying. You start innovating. You begin to expect miracles, and miracles start expecting you. That's the last thing they want. We're at a tipping point. Share this video if you believe it's time more people discovered the real power they hold. Drop a comment if you're brave enough to try tonight's challenge. And if you're still unconvinced, good. Prove it wrong by testing it yourself. Because the only thing that stands between you and a radically new life is a single conscious decision to activate your untapped potential. These aren't just any old books. We're talking about writings like the Kybalion, the Emerald Tablets, and the Corpus Hermeticum. These texts contain profound truths about the nature of reality, truths that have been systematically suppressed and kept from the masses. But why? Why would this information be kept hidden? The answer is simple. Knowledge is power, and this particular knowledge is the ultimate power. It's the key to understanding and manipulating the very fabric of reality itself. Think about the implications for a moment. If you knew with absolute certainty that your thoughts and beliefs could directly influence the physical world around you, how would that change your life? How would it change the way you approach challenges, set goals, or interact with others? This is the secret that the elite have been using for centuries to maintain their power and influence. While the rest of us have been taught to see the world as a fixed, unchangeable reality, they've been quietly shaping it to their will. But here's the divine truth. This isn't just some mystical mumbo-jumbo. Modern science, particularly quantum physics, is starting to catch up to what these ancient texts have been saying all along. The observer effect, for instance, proves that reality shifts based on perception. In other words, the very act of observing something changes its behavior. Now let's connect the dots. If observation can change reality at the quantum level, and our thoughts and beliefs influence our observations, then it stands to reason that our thoughts and beliefs can, in fact, shape our reality. This is why the 1% control 99% of the world's wealth. It's not just about economic systems or inherited advantages, although those certainly play a role. It's about a fundamental understanding of how reality works and the ability to manipulate it through belief, perception, and vibration. Meanwhile, the masses are kept distracted with fear, media, and limiting beliefs. We're taught to see the world as a place of scarcity, where success is reserved for the lucky few. But what if that's just another layer of control? The truth is, this knowledge isn't just for the elite. It's our birthright as conscious beings. And once you understand it, you can start to rewrite your own destiny. People who've cracked this code have experienced spontaneous wealth, inexplicable reality shifts, and even what some might call glitches in the matrix. But here's the most exciting part. There's still more to discover. Even among those who understand these principles, there's a final missing piece, a key that unlocks instant reality manipulation. It's a secret so profound that it could change everything. What if I told you there's a hidden technique so powerful it can make the universe bend to your will instantly? Imagine having the ability to collapse quantum possibilities at will, manifesting your desires faster than you ever thought possible. This is the secret the elite have guarded for centuries, and it's about to change everything you thought you knew about manifestation. You've learned about the law of mentalism and how your thoughts shape reality, but this final piece of the puzzle takes it to a whole new level. It's a reality-altering hack, so potent it's been kept hidden even from most of the world's elite. Are you ready to discover the ultimate shortcut to bending reality? At the heart of this technique lies the concept of collapsing quantum possibilities through focused intention. It's not just about positive thinking or visualization. It's about harnessing the raw power of quantum physics to reshape the fabric of reality itself. Think about it. In the quantum realm, particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, but when we observe them, they collapse into a single state. What if you could apply this principle to your life, instantly collapsing infinite possibilities into your desired outcome? The key to this method is the fusion of intense emotion and unwavering belief. It's not enough to simply think about what you want. You need to feel it with every fiber of your being. When you combine laser-focused intention with the raw power of emotion, you create a quantum resonance that ripples through the universe, aligning reality with your desires. Here's how you can start applying this technique in your life. First, choose a specific desire or outcome you want to manifest. Be clear and precise. The universe responds to clarity. Next, close your eyes and visualize this outcome in vivid detail. See it, hear it, feel it, as if it's already happened. Now, Here's where the magic happens. Tap into the most powerful emotion you can muster. Feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude of having already achieved your desire. Let this emotion wash over you, filling every cell of your body. As you hold this state, declare your intention out loud. Speak with authority as if you're commanding the universe itself. Say something like, "I now collapse all quantum possibilities into this reality, where your desire is already manifest." Feel the power of your words resonating through your being. Here's the crucial part. Maintain this state of emotional intensity and belief for as long as you can. The longer you hold it, the more powerful the effect. Some practitioners report holding this state for hours, leading to seemingly miraculous manifestations. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. As you begin to master this technique, you'll need to consider the ethical implications of your actions. Are you using this power for the greater good? Are you considering the potential consequences of your manifestations on others? These are important questions to ponder as you wield this incredible tool. The potential of this technique is truly mind-boggling. People who've mastered it report experiencing spontaneous wealth, inexplicable reality shifts, and even glitches in the matrix. Imagine waking up one day to find your entire life transformed, your dream job offered out of the blue, your perfect partner suddenly entering your life, or a windfall of money appearing in your bank account. But here's the thing. Like any powerful tool, it requires practice and dedication. You can't expect to reshape reality overnight. Start small with manageable goals and gradually work your way up to bigger manifestations. Consistency is key. Make this practice a daily habit, and you'll start to see results that will astound you. As you continue to practice, you'll notice something incredible happening. Not only will your external reality start to shift, but your internal landscape will transform as well. You'll find yourself becoming more confident, more aligned with your true purpose, and more in tune with the universe itself. It's like unlocking a hidden superpower you never knew you had. Imagine stumbling upon a dusty old tome in a forgotten corner of a library. As you open its weathered pages, you realize you're holding the key to unimaginable power. What if I told you such books actually exist, and they contain secrets so profound they could shatter your understanding of reality? These aren't just any ordinary books. We're talking about the Emerald Tablets, the Corpus Hermeticum, and other ancient texts that have been systematically erased from mainstream history. Why? Because the knowledge they contain is considered too dangerous for the masses. Let's start with the Emerald Tablets. This mysterious text is considered one of the earliest alchemical works, and it's packed with mind-bending ideas. The most famous part, known as the Emerald Tablet of Hermes, talks about the unity of all things and the transformative power of understanding the relationship between the above and the below. Think about that for a second. What if everything in the universe, from the tiniest atom to the largest galaxy, was connected in ways we can barely comprehend? Real-life examples of reality shifting in action. But here's where it gets really interesting. The origins of these tablets are shrouded in mystery. They've been translated and interpreted throughout history, with versions popping up in Arabic and Latin. It's like a cosmic game of telephone, with each translation potentially unlocking new layers of meaning. Now let's talk about the Corpus Hermeticum. This isn't just one book, but a collection of writings that form the basis of Hermetic philosophy. It's all about the connection between the divine and human realms and the pursuit of spiritual knowledge. Imagine having a guidebook that explains how to tap into the very essence of the universe itself. These texts aren't just ancient history. They've influenced various esoteric traditions that are still alive today. Ever heard of Rosicrucianism or the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn? These organizations have played significant roles in keeping this ancient wisdom alive, preserving and spreading it to those who are ready to receive it. But why would these ideas be so powerful? Why would they need to be suppressed? Think about it. If you suddenly understood the true nature of reality, how would that change your life? How would it change the world? Manly P. Hall, a big name in the study of esoteric traditions, said that these Hermetic teachings reveal a hidden doctrine about the inner mysteries of life. This isn't just some vague spiritual mumbo-jumbo. We're talking about practical, applicable knowledge that's been preserved by a small group of initiated minds throughout history. One of the core principles found in these texts is the idea of as above, so below. It's a simple phrase, but it packs a punch. It suggests that by understanding the cosmos, we can understand ourselves. And if we can understand ourselves, we can change our reality. This principle has been foundational in many spiritual and philosophical systems. But why? What makes it so powerful? Well, imagine if you could look at the stars and see a reflection of your own inner workings. Or if you could understand the tides and suddenly grasp the ebb and flow of your own emotions. This isn't just about gaining knowledge, it's about gaining power, and that's exactly why these texts have been systematically erased from mainstream history. Knowledge is power. And this particular knowledge? It's the ultimate power. It has the potential to empower individuals in ways that threaten established power structures. Think about it. If everyone suddenly realized they had the power to shape their own reality, what would happen to those who benefit from keeping people ignorant and powerless? But here's the divine truth. Despite centuries of suppression, these ideas have still managed to shape the philosophies of many influential figures throughout history. From scientists to artists to world leaders, the principles found in these texts have been quietly guiding human progress for centuries. So what's the central principle that ties all these texts together? What's the big secret that's been hidden in plain sight all this time? It's known as the first Hermetic principle, and it states, "The all is mind, the universe is mental." Think about that for a moment. The all is mind, the universe is mental. What if this wasn't just some ancient philosophical musing, but the key to unlocking the very fabric of reality itself? What if your thoughts were quite literally shaping the world around you right now? This is the essence of the law of mentalism, and it's about to challenge everything you thought you knew about the nature of reality. Imagine a world where your mind isn't just observing reality, but actively creating it, where your thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions are the building blocks of the universe itself. Now, you might be thinking, that's impossible. The world is solid, unchanging, and outside of my control. But what if I told you that this solid, unchanging reality is nothing more than an illusion created by your own mind? The observer effect, scientific proof of thought power. Here's where it gets interesting. The law of mentalism suggests that everything we perceive is shaped by our thoughts and beliefs. These act like filters, coloring our experience of the world. It's as if we're all walking around with unique pairs of glasses, each tinting the world in a slightly different way. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how two people can experience the exact same event completely differently? One person sees an opportunity, while another sees a threat. One person feels excitement, while another feels fear. Same event. Different realities. This isn't just a matter of perspective, it's a fundamental principle of how reality itself operates. But it goes even deeper than that. The concept of reality as a mental projection aligns with philosophical ideas that suggest our consciousness creates our experience of the world. It's as if the universe is one giant hologram, and your mind is the projector. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. If your mind is creating your reality, then changing your thoughts can directly alter your experienced reality. It's like having a magic wand that can reshape the world around you. Sound too good to be true? Well, there is actually scientific evidence to back this up. Have you ever heard of the placebo effect? It's a perfect example of how belief can lead to real physiological changes. People have experienced genuine healing simply because they believed they were receiving treatment. Their minds literally changed their physical reality. And it's not just limited to health. This principle manifests in every aspect of our lives. Think about cognitive biases, like confirmation bias. We tend to notice and remember information that confirms our existing beliefs while ignoring contradictory evidence. In other words, our mental frameworks are actively shaping our understanding of reality. Now, imagine harnessing this power consciously. What if you could deliberately change your thoughts and beliefs to create the reality you desire? This isn't just wishful thinking. There's anecdotal evidence from individuals who have used mental transmutation techniques to manifest their desires. They've reported everything from improved relationships to unexpected financial windfalls. Are you starting to see the potential here? The law of mentalism isn't just some abstract concept. It's a tool of immense power. Those who understand and apply this principle can reshape their lives in ways that might seem miraculous to others. But here's the divine truth. This knowledge has been hidden from the masses for centuries. Why? Because those who understand it have an incredible advantage. They're not just living in reality, they're creating it. Think about the implications for a moment. If your thoughts create your reality, then mastering your mind means mastering your life. It means you're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. You're no longer a victim of chance or fate. You become the author of your own story, the creator of your own universe. Are you ready to have your mind blown? What if I told you that the wildest, most mind-bending discoveries in science are actually proving what ancient mystics knew all along? It's time to dive into the weird and wonderful world of quantum physics, where reality gets seriously strange. Think about how you understand the world around you. You see objects, you touch them, you know they're solid and real. But what if I told you that, at the tiniest level, nothing is as it seems? Welcome to the quantum realm, where the rules of everyday life simply don't apply. In this microscopic world, particles can be in two places at once. They can communicate instantly across vast distances. They can even pop in and out of existence. Sounds like science fiction, right? But it's not. It's the cutting-edge science that's reshaping our understanding of reality itself. Let's talk about the observer effect. This mind-boggling phenomenon suggests that just by looking at something, you can change its behavior. Imagine you're watching a particle, and the very act of observing it causes it to behave differently. It's like reality is putting on a show just for you. This isn't some wild theory. It's been proven in labs around the world. Now think about what this means for a moment. If your observation can influence the behavior of particles, what does that say about the power of your consciousness? It's as if the universe is responding to your attention, your thoughts, your very awareness. Sound familiar? It's exactly what those ancient texts were talking about when they said, "All is mind." But wait, it gets even weirder. Have you heard of the double-slit experiment? This famous test shows that particles, like electrons, can behave both as particles and as waves. When no one's watching, they create an interference pattern, acting like waves. But the moment they're observed, they snap into behaving like particles. It's like they know they're being watched. This experiment has left scientists scratching their heads for decades. It suggests that the very fabric of reality is somehow tied to consciousness. Your consciousness, my consciousness, the collective consciousness of humanity. It's as if the universe is one big thought, constantly reshaping itself based on how we perceive it. And if that's not mind-bending enough for you, let's talk about quantum entanglement. Imagine two particles that are so deeply connected that no matter how far apart they are, they instantly affect each other. You could separate these particles by light years, and they'd still be in sync. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. And it hints at a level of reality where everything is interconnected. Think about the implications of this for a moment. If particles can be instantly connected across vast distances, what does that say about the nature of our reality? It suggests that, at some fundamental level, separation is an illusion. We're all part of one vast, interconnected web of existence. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Some of the world's top physicists are starting to suggest that consciousness itself might be a fundamental aspect of the universe. They're proposing that our thoughts, our awareness, our very minds, might directly influence the quantum world, and by extension, the physical world we see around us. This isn't just some fringe theory. It's being seriously discussed in scientific circles. And doesn't it sound strikingly similar to what those ancient texts were saying? The idea that all is mind, that our thoughts shape our reality. It's no longer just mystical philosophy. It's becoming cutting-edge science. So what does all this mean for you? It means that the power of your mind isn't just some feel-good self-help concept. It's grounded in the most advanced scientific understanding we have of the universe. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your perceptions, they're not just passive observations of reality. They're active participants in creating that reality. What if I told you that some of the most successful people in the world aren't just lucky or hardworking? They're actually bending reality itself to their will. It sounds crazy, I know. But hear me out. We're about to dive into the secret world of reality benders, the elite who shape the world with their minds. Think about Steve Jobs for a moment. You've probably heard of his legendary reality distortion field. It wasn't just a catchy phrase, it was a real phenomenon that allowed him to achieve the seemingly impossible. Jobs had this uncanny ability to convince himself and others that they could do things no one thought possible. And guess what? They did. His team at Apple pushed boundaries and created groundbreaking products that changed the world. But here's where it gets really interesting. Jobs isn't alone in this ability. Bill Gates once said that Jobs could cast spells on people, making them believe in his vision and capabilities. It's like these titans of industry have tapped into some hidden power that the rest of us can't see. Now imagine if this wasn't just limited to a few tech geniuses. What if I told you that billionaires and world leaders across the globe are using similar techniques to manifest their desires? It's not just about positive thinking or setting goals. These people are actively shaping reality through the power of their minds. Here's the thing. While most of us are stuck in our limited worldviews, worrying about paying bills or getting that next promotion, the elite are playing a completely different game. They're using visualization techniques, daily affirmations, and maintaining a positive mindset to align their mental state with their goals. It's like they're speaking a different language to the universe, and the universe is listening. Because knowledge is power, and those at the top of the pyramid don't want to share. They've created an intricate matrix of control, a system designed to keep you docile, distracted, and utterly unaware of your own power. It's a masterclass in manipulation. And we've all been unwitting students. Let's break it down. Think about the messages bombarding you every day. The news tells you to be afraid. Advertising tells you you're not enough. Social media feeds your insecurities. It's a constant barrage of fear, doubt, and scarcity. And it's all by design. You see, the elite understand something profound, the power of manufactured consent. As Noam Chomsky and Edward Herman argue, the mass media in democratic societies functions as a propaganda system. It's not about informing you, it's about shaping your perception to align with the interests of the powerful. Here's where it gets really interesting. The techniques used in propaganda and advertising, they're eerily similar to the principles of reality manipulation found in those ancient texts. Emotional appeals, simplification of complex issues, loaded language, it's all there. But instead of empowering you, these techniques are used to keep you small and controllable. Think about the last advertisement you saw. Did it make you feel lacking in some way? Did it play on your fears or insecurities? That's not a coincidence. It's a carefully crafted message designed to keep you in a state of perpetual want, always chasing the next thing that promises to make you complete. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You're already complete. You have everything you need to shape your reality. The power isn't in the products they're selling. It's in your mind. Now, let's talk about education. Have you ever wondered why critical thinking isn't a core subject in schools? Why we're taught to memorize facts, but not to question the nature of reality itself? It's because a population that can think critically is harder to control. By not teaching these skills, the system perpetuates a cycle of ignorance and compliance. And it doesn't stop there. The rise of digital media has introduced new forms of propaganda, computational propaganda, bots spreading biased information on social media. It's a whole new frontier of manipulation. Your perception of reality is being shaped with every scroll, click, and share. But once you see the matrix, you can't unsee it. And that's where your journey to true empowerment begins. Because understanding how you've been manipulated is the first step to breaking free. Imagine if you could transform your life as easily as changing your thoughts. Sounds too good to be true, right? But what if I told you that this power has been hidden in plain sight for centuries? It's called mental transmutation, and it's the practical application of the law of mentalism we've been exploring. Think about it. How often have you tried to change your external circumstances only to feel like you're pushing against an immovable force? It's exhausting, isn't it? But here's where it gets interesting. While changing the world around you might seem impossible, changing your thoughts is something you can do right now, in this very moment. Are you ready to discover the step-by-step process that can reshape your reality? It all starts with awareness. You need to become conscious of your current mental state. What thoughts are running through your mind right now? Are they empowering or limiting? Once you've identified your thought patterns, it's time to set your intention. What do you want to change? Be specific. Visualize your desired outcome in vivid detail. Can you see it? Can you feel it? But here's the secret source: emotional alignment. You see, your emotions act as a bridge between your mind and the physical world. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You need to feel it too. Imagine how you'd feel if your desire was already a reality. Let that emotion wash over you. This is where the magic happens. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds great, but how do I actually do this? Well, I've got you covered. Here are some practical exercises to get you started. Try daily affirmations. Speak your desires into existence. Use visualization techniques. Spend a few minutes each day picturing your ideal life in detail. And don't forget meditation. It's a powerful tool for reprogramming your subconscious mind. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Reality isn't just something that happens to you. It's more like a feedback loop. Your thoughts shape your experiences, and those experiences reinforce your thoughts. It's a cycle that's constantly in motion. And the best part? You have the power to influence it. Research by Elizabeth Loftus has shown how easily our memories can be influenced by suggestive questioning or misinformation. Her work demonstrates the malleability of human memory, supporting the idea that our recollections aren't as reliable as we'd like to believe. This malleability extends beyond just memory. It applies to our entire perception of reality. The concept of fuzzy trace theory in psychology offers another intriguing perspective. This theory proposes that we store memories in two ways: verbatim and gist. Gist memories, which capture the essence of an experience rather than exact details, are more prone to distortion. This could explain why so many of us share similar false memories. We're recalling the gist of something, but the details have been warped over time. Are you starting to see how deep this rabbit hole goes? The more we explore these reality glitches, the more we realize that our world isn't as fixed and unchangeable as we once believed. It's fluid, responsive, and intimately connected to our thoughts and beliefs. By understanding and harnessing this knowledge, you can start to consciously shape your reality. just as the elite have used these principles for centuries to manifest wealth and success, you too can apply them to your life. Final thoughts. Are you ready to break free? It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires, becoming an active creator in your life rather than a passive observer. This is your moment. The moment you seize the power to reshape not just your world, but the entire universe around you. Imagine a reality where every thought you have ignites a transformation, where your choices spark a chain reaction that uplifts everyone in your orbit. Now, the key is in your hands. Will you remain a passive bystander, or will you rise as an active creator of your destiny? If these deep dives have lit a fire in you, comment "More Secrets" below. Every comment is a declaration, a commitment to exploring deeper, to breaking free of the chains that have kept you small for too long. Hit that like button to imprint this energy into your subconscious, and share this video with someone who needs to break through their limitations. Spread the message, because real power multiplies when it's shared. And if you're ready to step into a new dimension of awareness, subscribe to our channel and join the Core of Philosophy, your portal to exclusive insights that cut through the surface and dive into the very fabric of reality. This isn't just about manifesting wealth or success. It's about transforming your entire existence and igniting a ripple effect of change. The universe is shifting right now, and the choice is yours. Are you ready to be the catalyst for the change you want to see? Step into your power, ignite your destiny, and let's reshape reality together.